Kia ora whanau, you're here with me, the Māori Wargamer, and today we'll be playing a Warhammer 40K battle report. Sure. Welcome whanau to another 50 power level battle as tensions escalate between the forces of the Necrons and the Tau of the Farsight Enclaves on this Imperial planet. I forgot the name, it's Eos, I think. Yeah, Eos. So 50 power level. During the last time, the Necrons took away a victory, a very close victory against the Tau. They've awakened and decided to enter the battle for the Ithaca system. All these forces battling it out currently. So gone back, had a quick chat, regrouped forces from both sides, Tau and Necrons, and a second wave is coming through. So using open war cards for this game, got the deployment here, this one. Kind of modified it slightly to just fit the squares. So both armies are set up at 50 power level. The twist is acid rain, so that's going to subtract -1 from all hit rolls made until the rain stops. Stops on a 4+. So that's going to hinder things a little bit. And also reduces advanced charges, so very, very dangerous weather. And then the mission of this one is to kill the courier. So there's two vital units here to both armies. For the Tau, that unit would be the mighty broadside. It carries valuable data intel and just a key objective to eliminate on the field. So the Necrons kill that and they win the battle. For the Tau, they need to eliminate the Annihilation Barge, who works as the courier for the Necron. So that's what we got to do. It's simple. First to kill this, or first to kill the broadside over there, secures the victory. So it could be a quick game, could be a short game. All our forces are deployed here, as you can see. A few held back in reserves. The Pathfinders have taken their early scout movements to secure early battlefield dominance, as well as the stealth suits over there. Yeah, holding the line. The acid rain providing extra cover or minusing ones to hit. That's going to be a valuable bonus. But we'll see who's going to take out mission 2 of the Necrons versus Tau. Necrons taking the first turn. Before we go into that, we'll take a closer look at the armies that we'll be playing with today. We have a battalion detachment of Tau led by an Ethereal with 2 gun drones and a cadre fireblade. 2 10-man fire strike team squads, fire warrior squads with pulse rifles. This squad here has 2 gun drones. And 2 5-man Pathfinder squads with pulse carbines. These ones here have 3 rail rifles, and we've got a pulse accelerated drone. We have a 3-man crisis suit squad with 2 guys with 2 plasma rifles. 1 guy here with plasma and a flamer. And then they've got the shields for invulnerable saves and something else. A 3-man stealth suit squad with 2 burst cannons and 1 fusion blaster. A broadside with the heavy rail rifle and 2 shield drones. And leading the Necrons, we have a Necron Lord, just a Necron Lord with a Resurrection Orb and a War Scythe. And a Cryptek, classic Cryptek with a Staff of Light. 2 10-man Necron Warrior squads, 1 green, 1 blue. With Gauze Flayers. 5-man Immortal squad with Gauze Blasters. 3-man Necron Scarab squad. 5-man Deathmark squad with Synaptic Disintegrators. A Doomsday Arc with a Doomsday Cannon and a Gauze Array. And an Annihilation Barge with a Gauze Cannon and a Twin Tesla Destructor. Alright, finally, it's the turn 1 movement phase for the Necrons, slowly moving across this Imperial Hive City, the prosperous city of Eos. The Imperium forces are closing in, currently engaged with other forces of both armies, but the main bulk of the battle begins here. So everyone's slowly moving out. We've got the Necron Lord there, Cryptek, Scarabs have scuttled out from their hiding place beneath the shipping containers. Stealth battle suits on this side, so they're looking to try and claim this building over here. It's going to be a tight battle. Go into Necron shooting phase on turn 1. Alright, fine, so end of the turn for the Necrons on turn 1. Not too bad for them on their end. Took down 3 of the Pathfinders. They managed to pass their morale test. So they're good to fight. And hopefully get some revenge for their fallen brothers. Over here, we ended up losing a stealth suit against, we had the -1 to hit for the rain, and another -1 for the stealth suits, and still managed to lose a guy. So that was very sad. That's it, yeah, we lost 3 Pathfinders, 1 stealth suit, and we'll go straight into the turn 1 for the Tau, as we look to take out the courier on both sides. Alright, so end of the movement phase for the Tau on turn 1. The acid rain is still persisting, still obscuring our shooting abilities, but we won't let that hinder us at all. Everyone's moving forward. The Fire Warriors there. Pathfinder's moved up onto this furnace. The stealth suits just moved forward 8 inches from behind that rubble there. Eyes locked on the courier here. So we're going to go into the shooting phase and see what damage we can do. Potentially could end the game right now. But yeah, everyone's moved and ready to rock and roll. Alright, final and end of the turn for the Tau. Turn 1. So the acid rain really doesn't help a ballistic skill of 4, bring down to 5 to hits. Try to shoot some marker lights in with no success. I thought the acid rain was an advantage for me starting when it was the Necrons, but it doesn't help me now. Makes things very sad. These guys, I'm just going to leave them there. Actually, no, I'm not going to charge them because then I'm just going to have to refilm the turn summary. So going into Necrons on turn 2 as the battle to kill the courier continues. End of movement phase, Necrons turn 2. The elite death marks have dropped in. Ready to take on the courier over there, the broadside. Got this guy, Annihilation Barge, sailing around this end, looking for flanking operations. The ground forces moving across the field as well. This guy is a Doomsday Arc, standing still. Just, he's got that big mama gun right in there, and just sailing it across the field. These guys staying still as well. Overlord and the Cryptek moving forward. Well, the Scarabs, that stealth suits are in for a hard time by the looks of things. We're going to Necron shooting. Alright, so devastation across the field at the end of the shooting phase for the Necrons. He's lost his shield drones here, and he's suffered mortal wounds thanks to the devastating firepower. These specialised guns of the death marks did what the big Annihilation Barge could not do. What else? We lost another lost another Pathfinder over here to the Warriors, and stealth suit here on his last leg of life, and about to become the victim of a relentless charge. We've got 4 forces here ready to go in, so we'll go straight into that and see the damage. Alright, and devastation. The stealth suits wiped out to the very last man, thanks to a tricky stratagem there. I'm not sure if it was entirely necessary. Self-destruction. So the Scarabs got into that combat and they blew themselves up, essentially. Yeah, blew themselves up, took down the suits, took down themselves. So it's 1 unit apiece. Who does that count for first blood?
You get first blood.
Yeah, because you blew yourself up first.
Yeah.
So you died, and then took out myself. So first blood to the Tau. It's not a factor in this game. But yeah, you know, hey, that's a victory for me. Oh geez, we might lose. We're going into Tau turn 2, see if bring the crisis suits in and see if they can save this game. Right, finally, so in the movement phase for Tau on turn 2. We've pulled back on our seize the battlefield plan and regrouping. So Broadside's hopped off his platform here. So that puts him in line of sight of that thing. So on his 4 wounds and with no shield drones, he is a crippled target. So I pulled him down behind the bastion. The Fire Warriors and the Ethereal have all popped into here. Ready to provide a sweeping defense of the entire battlefield. As the acid rain clears out of the sky. Had these guys moved down, I've spent my command points on a stratagem recon sweep. So these guys supposed to be in the shooting phase, we just make things fast. So Pathfinders have moved from up here, 2d6 coming back into their side of the battlefield. We're just going to lock things down, and their pulse accelerated drone can improve the shots of the Fire Warriors. So he's down there. Fire Warriors here, move down into the, moving through the ruined building here, looking to take out the death marks as well. And then the crisis suits, this is my only shot to destroy the courier here. This guy got quantum shielding bullshit. He's got living metal that regains wounds. This is going to be a rough battle. I need some more power from the Tau. So pray for me, whanau. Pray for the Tau as we go into the shooting phase and try and win this. All right, whanau. So end of Tau turn 2. 20 fire warriors brought down. I took out 3 of these death marks. Not the greatest of attacks back, as we're all mobbed over here defending the broadside. I used the 2 command points for automated repair, bring him back to full health, 6 wounds, keep him in the game a little bit longer. Sailing over the battlefield here to where the main action is. These battle suits here managed to chip down 4 wounds. Living metals brought it back up to 11 wounds. So yeah, it's going to be a long game. If these guys can survive that thing, these guys, then that'll be a miracle. But to me, I'm hiding out too, so it could be a stalemate. We'll go into Necrons on turn 3 and see what happens. End of movement phase for the Necrons on turn 3 as the battle for Eos continues. The mission to kill the courier still going on. The ground forces here, led by the Lord and the Cryptek, still continuing to trek across the battlefield, looking to get around here. Still got a long walk ahead of them. Turn 3, so you better get a move on. So it's Doomsday Arc. This thing's turned around, pointing that big mighty cannon straight at these poor guys here. Thankfully they've got those shield support systems or whatever you call them. But then also we've got the Immortals with their big daddy Gauls guns. So yeah, these guys could be in for a hard time. Infantry ground forward still scrolling across. It's acid rain. Resume. So the clouds have swelled across the field again and bringing the acid rain. That's a cool little feature with those open war cards. I like that little. It's a nice little flavour. So the storms are coming on and off. You don't want those storms happening if you're defending, if you're attacking, but you love it when you're defending. Hey, so keep me alive a little bit longer. This vehicle's made its way across. Well within sight of the broadside. He's got some heavy fire, so potentially could be the last thing for. Oh, could be. What's the damage on this guy?
He's got
Twin Teslas.
Twin Teslas, 1 damage, but if I roll 6, it's 3 damage each. Gold's cannon is D3.
Could potentially be the end of the broadside. Plus we've got 2 of these guys Reanimation Protocols, funky rule off the Necrons. So 2 more back in, if they're laying those mortal wounds. Could be a game. We'll see what happens. We're going to the Necron shooting phase. In the shooting phase, the Necrons are relentless in their assault. These ancient robots moving forward with this very slow, very lumbering, but very efficient and precise with their killing. Wiped out 6 Fire Warriors, 6 of the strike team. There. That guy's, nothing done to him. He's still alive and kicking. Acid Rain providing a huge hindrance, but still keep going. These immortals down here, they could take out that last Pathfinder up in the building, and overwhelming fire ended up taking out 2 of the crisis suits. So 1 left. This is kind of my only real ticket to a potential victory. This thing's got 11 wounds, and he regenerates a wound every turn on his turn. So yeah, kind of calling it not a win for me. I don't think I'm not going to get anyone across the board quick enough to do anything. And yeah, the quantum shielding's so rubbish, man. So if I hit D6 if I hit 6 damages, he just needs to roll a 5, and he's good. Or he can just command point reroll to save that. So very rough. You need a hit with low, need numbers and low weaponry to do anything. But that's all that's happening here. Nothing else across the field of EOS. The Immortals over here is going to try and charge into the crisis suit. So we'll see if they can actually do anything. So they made a successful charge in. I landed Overwatch, but somehow managed to roll 2 6s to save that. And no one hurt anyone. So going into the Tau on turn 3. See what happens next. Alright, whanau, on the Imperial planet of Eos, the Tau are quickly learning that the Necrons are an ancient enemy to be feared. The last of these Fire Warriors, instead of retreating back to the Bastion over here, they're looking to make a decisive attack against the Annihilation Barge.
Yeah.
Pathfinders come across. Broadside staying still. The rain is still ongoing. Acid Rain back again. And everyone's bunched in here. So look, I might not win, but my opponent's going to have to work if he wants to. He thinks he's going to seize a quick victory. Over here, Crisis Suit fell out of combat. Lining up here, get some nice strikes in against that. 11 wounds. He's got his work cut out for him on his own. We'll see what he does. Going to shooting phase. Alright, whanau, so end of the shooting phase for the Tau. End of the turn for the Tau. Acid Rain again. Just mucks them up. Hey, I prefer Space Marines. The Space Marines would still be hitting fine. These guys just suck when you factor in heavy weapons, when you factor in all that other rubbish. Just couldn't land a single attack. So we managed to chip off 1 wound off this guy with the plasma, which has been restored now thanks to living metal. So stalemate here. Can he get around and finish off my broadside though to end the game? We're going into Necron's turn 4. Let's just end it, mate. End it. Alright, whanau, Necron's turn 4. Looking to destroy the courier here with 6 wounds left. Well, actually, he's at full health. 4 death marks. Annihilation Barge finally chugged right around. Warriors moving through the building. Doomsday Ark also moving across. The Immortals left to deal with the suit. I think he's only got like 2 wounds left actually. So he's lost his dice. And then sweeping across here. Man, pretty much murdered. The Necrons just destroyed us, eh? Don't know how. Probably because I went and dived out too early. Yeah, that's it. The courier he's sweating a bit. He's a robot, but he's still sweating. He knows his time is almost at an end. Alright, whanau, so shooting phase, Necrons, death marks, punch, put this thing down to 2 wounds to be delivered the final blow by the heavy support choice, heavy weapons of the Annihilation Barge. Destroying the courier and ending the game in a second Necron victory on the planet of Eos. This ancient race has awoken and looking to take things back, starting by taking out the Tau and then this Imperial planet. Yeah, pretty rough game, eh? Rough game. I'm new to playing the Tau there, Whanau, so probably not very wise, like spreading the Pathfinders out early. Spreading out, I should probably just secure this bastion and put gun lines all around it and let them come to me. So I think I spread my guys out, and then look at that wave of Necrons there. A wave of Necrons here.
Maybe got 4 units.
Yeah, I only killed 3 Scarabs and 1 Death Mark. So yeah, still learning the ways of the Tau. Personally, not liking them. Good thing I spent like, what do I spend? About $300 of $300, and I've still got to buy one more unit, and I think that's it. The Tau are done for me. Geez, that was pretty shit. They are pretty shit there. If you're looking at Sardin Army, they look cool. They got like the cool Gundam battle suits and stuff like that. Like, you go Strike Freedom, Exia, all that cool stuff. Look cool, but are actual garbage. So save your money there, Whanau, if you're watching, looking for an army to start. Do not start Tau. But that's my 10 cents. The Necrons, though, man, so many cool abilities, living metal, reanimations. There's so much, what do you call it, hacks, I guess. Give them all sorts of cool stuff. And still, they look just as cool. So yeah, maybe I should have gone Necrons instead of Tau. But hey, it's all in the name of entertainment, all in the name of gaming. So I hope you enjoyed that episode, Whanau. If you did, make sure you give it a like. Subscribe to the channel for more Warhammer content from me, bringing you this great stuff every Wednesday to pass your time, pass your afternoon. You know, we've got a lot of stuff on YouTube at the moment. A lot of people doing battle reports at a lot better quality than I do. But hey, you know, I never claim to be more than I am. Just a humble guy, just like you, from New Zealand, just chilling out on my kitchen bench. Like, there we go. There's my kitchen bench. There's my fancy kettle. That's pretty fancy. That one costs like $80. The toaster, that costs like $8 from the warehouse. So mate, you know, I'm not anything rich. I'm just a worker, man. Just slaving away day in, day out, and making entertainment on the side there for the world, making the world a better place. That's what I do. That's my mission, you know. So yeah, Whanau, make sure you don't miss the final episode. Necron victory, of course, but can the Tau, you know, take back at least one win? Tune in to find out. We'll have a Riptide on there. We'll have the Devilfish all built up. Didn't get around to doing that this week. Been pretty busy. Yeah, thanks again for hanging out. If you watch the full video, great job. Yeah, I am the maoriwargamer. As always, Whanau, thank you once again for watching. Ka kite. Anō.